morning, America. Pleasure seeing you, especially after so many years that we haven't been in person. So seeing this room with 3,000 people, it's amazing. I usually end up with a selfie. I'll start with a selfie this morning, but just, this is amazing. Thank you very much. And let me start. I want to, maybe I'll start with something personal, and then I move to the more heavy stuff about cyber and AI and our platform and everything. So 6 years ago, I actually had to miss one CPX because I had two baby girls that were born. They were actually born like many Checkpoint products a month ahead of schedule. So I needed to miss the CPX. And throughout the journey, we've seen them grow. It's a new generation that grows completely into technology. So this is, for example, how I don't know if you remember the story that I told a few years ago about the baby crib that stopped working because of an internet failure. That's something also happened to us a few years ago with these babies. This is how we go, by the way, to kindergarten every day. And for 2024, I got a new role in the family and a new role in their lives. I became actually an AI instructor, not just in Checkpoint, but even in the kindergarten. So you see, this is me giving an AI workshop last month to my one of my twins that was born 6 years ago. This is all the kids. They're listening, fascinating. And what we do, we're actually imagining a new world, what our world would look like. By the way, here we did an interesting exercise. We took this picture, I uploaded it to the AI engine. I asked it to describe what's in the picture. And then I asked it to draw it again, but I asked the kids, this workshop is all the kids, what do you imagine? And they just say, and we draw it. And I think in the future, that's how we want to see us imagine what we want, have AI help us, and then achieve it. So we took that and say, draw that picture, but add what the kids wanted, or maybe it's not the kids, it's me actually, the chocolate fountain in the kindergarten. And that's how we can imagine our future look. We're doing the same exercises, by the way, for the Checkpoint offices. I just did now an exercise like that. Imagine CPX 2024 in Las Vegas, 3,000 people in the audience and chocolate fountain in the middle. I can show you, actually. I just did it now. It's right here. Let's see. Where is the ChatGPT here? No, it went away, but it's... no, here it is. I don't know if you'll see it, but this is how we should imagine our next conference. At the chocolate fountain. But seriously, let's think about what are we facing in our industry and how should we imagine the future. So actually, I will start with Amy here that will help us summarize a little bit what we've seen in 2023 and what we need to get ready in for 2024. So Amy, go ahead.
2023, what began as a year of uncertainty and instability developed into the year of AI. Not surprisingly, this year also saw a new level of cybersecurity threats. Ransomware mega-attacks became common, with more than 5,000 large-scale attacks, 90% increase over 2022. Attackers extorted data from hospitals, energy companies, retail, and governments. Any organization became a potential target. We saw continued attacks on software supply chains, infecting popular consumer applications. Internet of Things evolved into a web of vulnerable devices awaiting malicious commands. The year of AI was weaponized. Machine learning-powered attacks became smarter. Deepfakes blurred reality, exposing the fragility of our digital lives. 2024 is a turning point for cybersecurity. Organizations invest more in technologies, but with less security experts, they become more siloed than before. What about your organization? Are you ready to fight against the next threat? The only way to prevail is through a true collaborative platform that is AI-powered and cloud-delivered.
So thank you, Amy. And I think that summarizes a lot of the messages and a lot of the challenges that we have, but we truly are facing today the 5th generation of cyber attacks. I've been speaking about that for the last 5-6 years. 5-6 years ago when we spoke about it, it looks like, well, it's not really happening, it's the future. But now we are facing super sophisticated, super damaging attacks that are hurting the core of our infrastructure, just like we heard from Denin and Jean, and we need to be in the forefront in terms of preventing them and protecting against them. So how does that connect? So last year we talked about 2 things. One was the year of AI, and second, about the 3 C's of cybersecurity. Now, we all know what's going on in AI. AI is definitely taking a bigger and bigger role in our lives. It still hasn't made it to everyone's front stage. So now, each one of us can do an exercise, take a business challenge, take a personal challenge, play with AI, get something useful. It's great, it's amazing, I think it's the future, but it still hasn't made it to all our business systems. So when we press a button or when we do something at business, it's there, even though actually I'm going to show you that it is taking part now in Checkpoint in more and more places, but that still remains a challenge. We talked about the 3 C's of cybersecurity, if you remember what it means: comprehensive platform, consolidated platform, and collaborative platform. And what I'm going to show you now is how we take what we talked about last year, implemented it, and build an even more refined and more focused strategy for 2024 in the future. So like we heard from Amy, last year definitely shows huge increase in this super sophisticated Gen 5 cyber attack. 5,000 attacks on large organizations, 90% increase. And again, this is not the simple, small attacks. This is the real bad ones. And we really need the platform that can keep us safe in front of these attacks that are coming every day. Over the years, we've built Checkpoint Infinity, and we've built layer by layer. We built it as a truly integrated, well-built platform. It's not just a combination of different products that somehow connect. It is a platform, and I'm going to show you why and how it really works. So if I look at the Checkpoint platform today, the Infinity platform today, it has few characteristics. One, AI-powered. There's plenty of AI in the back of the platform. And second, it's cloud delivery. There's a big part of our system that are delivered from the cloud, a cloud that is AI-powered. So how does it work? And let me prove that this is actually there. So let's start with the AI-powered piece of that and how it evolves in 2024. We have in the threat cloud, in the core of the threat cloud that lives in the cloud, there is more than 90 security engines. 90 security engines we built over 30 years now. Every year we add more and more technology, new abilities to identify and to stop different attacks. Now, the key thing here, by the way, is that every engineer can apply to all the relevant attack vectors. So we've developed a new technology that identifies a malicious file. It's not just for one attack vector. It's not just for the endpoint. It's not just for the email, like, by the way, pretty much all the other products and competitors in the field. The same technology can apply everywhere. When I download the file, when I'm getting it on email, when I'm finding a file on USB or on the endpoint, and actually even on my mobile, everywhere that I can have something with files, I can apply all the relevant engines to the same place. And talking about 90 security engines, over 50 of them today are already AI-powered. I showed these numbers a year ago. Back then we had less than 80, and 40 were AI-powered, which means that over the last year we added a new AI engine to our platform almost every month, which shows you the pace of innovation. The innovation is getting faster and faster. And if you take 90 divided by 30 years, you'll see that the pace of innovation is actually becoming much, much faster at Checkpoint. All these engines catch every day and prevent every year 3 billion attacks, and doing it in true real time. It takes us less than 2 seconds to think globally and to make sure that when we identify an attack somewhere, when we apply our research, when we apply all these AI engine and we identify something, it can be protected all over the world very, very quickly. So that's what we've built so far. This is what we've done, and this is what's ready for you now in 2024. But we want to get it a step forward, and we want to move even more into the AI generation and to the generative AI that we're now speaking all the time. And that's what we want to do in 2024. We want to take it not just from the back end, the cloud has these 50 engines, they process your data, they do something, but how does it work for me? How do I get the benefit of AI? Moving it to the front of the stage. And that's where I'm very, very proud to show you the front line of AI, introducing our Infinity AI Copilot, the new teammate in your team, the one that can help you do your job and apply all the knowledge that we have from AI in our daily job, moving AI to the front line. So this is the AI Infinity Copilot. I'm sure you all know before, just so I'm sure that almost all of you are familiar with our Smart One user interface, the concept of object-oriented graphical user interface that lets you express your security policy and do all this work in a simple manner. It's actually interesting. We introduced it to the market 30 years ago in 1994. It's still the gold standard for cybersecurity, but we have to say it became more and more sophisticated and more complicated. It can do far more tasks, handle far more objects, handle a lot more things, and it's becoming more and more complicated to deal with it. So how do we get AI to help us with us? Because that's still a good concept, and that's where the AI Copilot comes to play. I will ask my friend AI Copilot to come to stage. See, hi Gil, what can I do for you today? That's how the interaction looks like. And I would just express in human language a simple challenge that I'm sure many of you are facing every day. And I'll say, by the way, it can do many things. It can look in our documentation. It can search the logs. It can check the configuration, everything that you can think about. Help us with the policy, help us troubleshoot. And what I chose to do now is address a challenge. Emily Jones can't access the SAP Server America. Please suggest how do I solve her? How do I give her access? Simple thing, just find out. And I press enter, and this is what I'll get. Analyzing, by the way, analyzing here is not moving all our data to the cloud. It's not uploading it. It's actually operating all the interfaces that we developed in Checkpoint over the years. And it will tell me, you're right, the log shows that Emily tried to access the SAP server. She tried several times. It was blocked by the last rule that says she can't have access. And here is a solution. Would you like to add Emily to the Sales North America object group? Then she can access the server. And all I need to say now is yes, add the access role, or no, I don't want to do that. I'll say yes here. Again, operating all the APIs, changing the objects, changing the policy, says added to Sales North America, and actually it gives me another advice. As you all know, in order to make it take effect, we need to install the policy. So ask me, would you like to install the policy now? And I can say yes, activate the policy installation, installing policy, and boom, problem solved. I'll be polite, I'll say thank you, which is always nice. And you're welcome. If you need anything else, feel free to ask. Now, think about all the interfaces that it has to learn. For me, it was fascinating learning what our AI team needed to do here. We've actually took all the APIs that we have, like 500 different APIs, educated OpenAI about how they work, what they are good for, and created the different calls, taught it all our documentation, all the practices, and now when something happens, basically the AI engineer, which runs, by the way, on the private instance, it's not in the public AI cloud, is actually operating all the optimized engines that we have. It will do search in the log in a way that's very fast because we know how to do search the log. It will take all the relevant API and make them work and this is amazing. Now, this is not the future. This is not what will happen in 2 years. This is available now. You can see it in the expo. I think it's over there. It's working. You can subscribe to it. It's working now with our Smart One Cloud, so also cloud delivered. And later in the year, it will also work with any Smart One, even with the on-premise installation that we have. So I think this is a pretty big revolution, available now, starting the AI revolution in our life. So I spoke about the Infinity AI Copilot, and this is only one of the things that we can imagine we can do with AI, and I think we will do more of them. Let's speak a little bit more about the cloud-delivered aspects of the system. So, by the way, the right architecture to do security is not upload all your data to the cloud. And I see that there's a lot of discussion in the industry about the cloudization, about we move all our traffic to the cloud and having inspected in the cloud, we make all the decisions in the cloud. Guys, let me tell you one honest thing. I think the cloud is very important. We should use the cloud, we should secure the cloud, we should do everything with the cloud. But if you want to achieve a higher level of security, sending all your data to one third party that will aggregate it, open it, read it, is not the safe and private way to do that. It's also not the most efficient way to route when you need a sub-millisecond and even microsecond latency to upload your data to the cloud and lose that performance. But the cloud can be very, very important. And the architecture that we build in Checkpoint, when you do what you need on-premise, super fast, again, without sacrificing your security or privacy, and when you consult with the cloud to get the latest real-time information and to do operations that you don't want to do on site. And we do it now on almost every Checkpoint product. You see here the statistics. Over 80% of our security gateways already use some aspects of our cloud. They consult with the cloud to get the latest IPS signature. They upload files to the cloud when it's a new unknown cloud, we don't know it's secure or not, so we can do sandboxing and apply almost 20 engines on it to check if it's a zero-day attack or not. When we shine, we'll show you the results on that. So almost all of you are there. It doesn't mean that we can do more, because there's more engines in the cloud that you can utilize, and there's 100% of the gateways we can do. And when we talk about the non-network traffic, all the other things that we do in Checkpoint, in the mobile, in the email, in the cloud, in the endpoint, 100% of these products utilize our cloud. So this is a true cloud-delivered platform that utilizes the best of the cloud and still give you the privacy, the efficiency, the performance that you need. And this is working and this is real. But before I move to the last part, or the secret sauce, I want to say one of the big moves that we're making this year is making all our network security far more cloud ready, and we're making it by launching a new line of our security appliances, the new Quantum Force, bringing the power of the cloud to everyone. So we are going to launch, or we just launched last week in Vienna, 10 appliance models on the enterprise side, from the lowest end to the highest end, with the best security, the best prevention rate, and I'll speak about that in a second, 50 AI-based engines that are ready, available, and can power that through the cloud, and at least double, it's actually in many cases here, you'll see it's triple the performance and the power and efficiency that we can have, and it is available now, and I encourage you to use them and get them to the maximum extent. On the perimeter, 6 models, on the enterprise, and on the super high-end data center, all the relevant models are available. So if you look at our product line, the way it looks up to now, which was also pretty good and did very well. Thank you for last quarter. You've ordered a lot of them, and they did great. This is the old lineup. You can see the new lineup. On every model, there is a model that's much, much better and is AI-powered, with additional engines that can do network processing, with more CPU capacity. We are ready for the new generation. You can see in some of the models, it's even 3x more performance, all lined up, and all can scale with all our architecture, with Maestro for everything. So I think this is kind of starts the year when we enable all of us to do more and to implement the new technologies. Before I move to the last part, and I'm sorry that I'm a few minutes behind schedule here, I mean, you see the analyst quotes, we get much more of it. We've actually got last year more than double more mentions in all the leadership research about being a leader in, I think it's now 20 categories. You can see the Forrester here talking about the combination, about the management, the platform, making Checkpoint the leader. But still, I want to answer one more question. What makes this a true platform, and what's the secret sauce about that? And there's one element that I'm going to focus on, and Checkpoint is going to focus in 2024. We started with that already in this 3C architecture in order to make it a true platform and truly secure, and that's what I call collaboration. How do we get all the security elements that we have in our infrastructure to work together? Because realistically today, guys, all of your companies employ dozens, sometimes some of you I met and I know you're using hundreds of security products to get more security, and yet we are not getting the maximum that we can. Why? Very simple. We get a malicious file, maybe stopped by our email system. I'm saying maybe stopped because our email system is the only one that actually blocks them. But if we let it through when you get it on Gmail and download it, we've done very little because the sophisticated hacker is going to send you this file through 5 different attack vectors. So the fact that we can say, yes, we know how to stop a malicious file on one entry point to the company doesn't help us because they'll come from the back door, they'll come from the window, they'll come from everything. And we really need to take all the good things that we do in the industry, all the technologies, and make them work together. Because if we work in these multiple layers and we synchronize and we act together in real time, in an automated way, we can prevent the attack. And we can utilize all the technologies that we're developing, that you're using to the most extent. So the secret sauce here is the collaboration, the only way to gain advantage over the hacker. And our threat cloud and the Checkpoint platform is truly collaborative. It's going to become more and more collaborative every day. And as I mentioned, this is our #1 focus for 2024. Let me show you a simple example, the example that we launched last quarter. We launched it in October, and that's the Infinity Playblocks. The Playblocks, revolutionary technology, super simple, unlike other technologies like SOAR and other that are super complicated. You need to spend a year programming into it all the different scenarios that you see. Usually, by the way, after you've been hacked, you're programming it how to avoid it next time. Playblocks, the opposite. Super simple, simple playblocks. If I see somebody scanning my network, I'll put them in the penalty box and I won't let them try anything else. Why should I tell them? I try scan the network, scan here, scan there, blocking, blocking, blocking until they find the weak point. No, I know that they are malicious. I'll put them in the penalty box right away. If I identify a malicious file, I'll check what the IOC inside that, I'll check what's the command and control, and I'll get the gateway to block that command and control. And by the way, block, if there are many other endpoints that haven't discovered that file, I can see that they're communicating with the same command and control. So Playblocks is pretty revolutionary, taking the best of collaboration, entering it into prevention, and doing it automatically in a super simple manner. You turn it on and it works. And that's the secret, and we're going to make Playblocks even stronger. And this is the first step in what we do. And I think if we actually think about the applications of AI to these kinds of technologies, the future here is unbelievable. We can fight and we can do much better. So if I take all the relevant elements, we have the best prevention platform, we have the Threat Cloud AI, we add to it the collaboration, and the last question that we should ask ourselves is, okay, what does it give us? You speak about technology, you speak about cloud, about AI, about collaboration, all these nice buzzwords. What's the end results? And let's remember what's my job when I wake up every day in the last 30 years, and I think what's my the most important thing in my job. The most important thing is to deliver the best security, the one that prevents the attack, and that's what we need to do. And let's see how do we score on that. And here is the latest results from my favorite survey, the Myrcom survey, and we'll meet later here Rob, the CEO of Myrcom, so he can testify firsthand on that, and you see the difference. We actually deliver more security. And last year, by the way, this is a slight improvement from last year. I think last year we were 99.7. This year we're 99.8. And let's understand what does that mean. This test was done on what we call 0 day plus 1. So new attacks that were discovered yesterday, which is what we need to, one of the things we need to be afraid of, not the only one. 500 files, so it's a big sample. And it actually shows you that in a day you can find 500 new attacks, which is also kind of scary. And you see the different platforms, and let's understand what does that mean. Now, of course, you can understand that 100% is much better than 70%. But how better it is? Is it 50% better? Is it 30 points better? What does it mean to us? And we ask our Checkpoint research team to understand what does it mean to a typical organization. And what they found that a typical organization in our world today, just to give you the rough statistics, by the way, is that every one of your organization blocks more than 1,000 attacks every week, or in the average of 1,000 attacks, varies between countries, industries, and so on, but this is pretty big. But if I try to narrow it down and not just scream with big numbers and it's huge and so on, what we will find that what you can realistically expect is to get kind of 177 new types of attack that will try to attack your organization every year. And if you divide 177, that would be like 3 new types of attacks that you will see every week. Maybe you're not vulnerable for all of them. Maybe they won't all be successful, but it's 3 times a week. It's a lot. And what does that mean with these numbers? And I think you see the difference. With Checkpoint, all these attacks will be blocked. 0 attacks will get through, whether you're vulnerable or not. With our competitors, you can see it ranges anywhere from 28 attacks to 92 attacks. And again, you can do the number. 92 attacks means that you can be attacked twice a week. 43 attacks, you'll be attacked almost once a week. 28 attacks, or 54 attacks once a week. Guys, we know what it takes. In order to lose our reputation, lose our job, sacrifice our company, 1 attack is enough. And we need to prevent all these attacks, and I think that we can do it. And that's our job, and I think what we do proves the point. We can do it, we are delivering the best security, and we want everybody to use it and use it to the full extent. So, thank you. Before I finish, we want to learn a little bit what's behind the scenes of the Infinity platform. So this is a super sophisticated platform. I think we have an amazing R&D organization that works every day to make this platform better. So what I'd like now is to invite the stage our Chief Product Officer, Natalie Kramer. She's actually new, so she can give you a little bit more insight about what it's like coming from the outside to Checkpoint and how it works. So I'd like to invite Natalie on stage and share a little bit more about how does the Infinity platform works and what it can do. Natalie? Thank you.
Thank you. Gil, I loved what you talked about, the R&D amazing organization. Let's remember that when we go back home. So thanks for Gil for the amazing opening and setting the bar high. I love the story about how his kids became AI-powered. And as I was listening to that, I was thinking, what other characteristics of our Checkpoint platform can we apply on our families? Like, we will all love cloud-delivered family. And don't get me started about collaboration, right? I can use some for my kids. But enough about the kids and enough about the families. 2 things I can talk about all day is my kids and the platform, and today we'll talk about the platform. So, Gil talked about the 3 C's, and the first C is comprehensive. And I want to explain why is our platform comprehensive. As you can see here, Our platform is comprehensive because it handles all the attack vectors. We have Quantum securing our network. We have CloudGuard safeguarding our cloud. And then we have Harmony protecting the workspace. All of these different products are using exactly the same infrastructure, exactly the same platform, the Infinity Core Services. This is the secret sauce for our collaboration. And in the short session now, I would like to go over the strategy behind our offering. Why are we doing what we're doing? So I'll start with Quantum, protecting the mesh network. The mesh network has become more and more complicated. You have your private data center, you have the cloud, you have branches, you have the perimeter, you have headquarters. You need to connect all of that, and you need one unified solution to manage it all. So we are well known for our best prevention security, right? We've shown the numbers year after year, how we have the best numbers preventing zero attacks. But the question still remains, how do we let you leverage all this security? And the answer relies in two. First, outstanding simplicity, and second, superior performance. So in order for all of you to leverage our security, we are building mechanisms to optimize your threat profile. So we are listening to viewing your traffic, your application vulnerabilities, your need, and optimizing the threat profile based on that. Security is important, so we want you to do SSL inspection. So we are making SSL inspection this year much more easier, making sure that we have automatic updates of trusted application, making sure that your traffic never stops because of missing certificate, as an example. What does it mean to have outstanding simplicity? It means that the system needs to work for you and not the other way around. And this is exactly why we are adding AI. Gil showed Quantum Infinity AI that we are just launched, and you will be able to see that on the expo. He showed just one example, but there are many other examples of how you can manage using Infinity AI Copilot. What I love the most, and we've been in 2 CPX so far, is that customer came to the booth and just play with that and came up with new questions we've never even thought about, use cases we didn't even imagine in our lab. And it worked. This is the power of AI. So I want to recommend to all of you to go and try the booth. I have one word of caution. It is addictive. When I got the first demo, it was a meeting that was supposed to take 30 minutes. It took 2 hours because I was trying to beat the machine, find a question it won't know how to answer. So it's very fun, but truly it's a new team member to your team. So this is what we are doing on simplicity. We are also doing a lot on performance. We don't want performance to be an issue. We want you to focus on security. This is why with the new Quantum Force, we are doubling, sometimes tripling the performance. It is optimized for AI, so you'll be able to enjoy everything we have with our AI engines. And this is available now. We are committed to sustainability. And this is why, with every new appliance, we are minimizing the energy footprint. So this is what we're doing on Quantum. Let's talk about securing the workspace. Businesses has gone through a very significant transformation, going into hybrid work mode. Researchers show that we've gained productivity, right? Researchers show that you get much more productivity if you are working sometimes alone, focused at home, that you save time, you don't need to spend time on commute. I've even read a research saying that you get high productivity walking in your pajamas, but I'm a bit suspicious about this one. I think maybe my husband wrote that one. So we got productivity, but what about security? It's much more challenging to secure the workspace in a hybrid environment. As Rupal said earlier today, everything is smart now, all the devices. So you need to be able to let your employees work from their smartphone, from their managed devices, sometimes for unmanaged devices, and be able to access the cloud, the SaaS, the data center. How do you protect all of this? This is where Harmony comes to place, and comprehensive protection is important. So when we thought about technology that will protect the workspace, all of us security experts in the room, the first consideration for us is the security level. But when we did a survey and we asked hundreds of companies what is their top consideration choosing a SASE solution, their answer was experience. Why is that so important? Because experience impacts productivity, right? And security solution has to be transparent. Because when we compromise the productivity of our employees, we compromise the productivity of our businesses, and moreover, it impacts security. Because employees that are frustrated with bad experience of security solution will do everything to bypass them. And I'm sure all of you here have really creative stories about employees who managed to bypass security solutions. This is why when we choose a new SASE technology, we chose one that was leading on best experience. The philosophy behind our SASE solution is a hybrid security approach. We put the enforcement point close to the traffic source. This means you don't need to move all of your traffic to the cloud all the time, only in specific cases, for example, for unmanaged device. When you're browsing using our solution, you can double the performance of the internet browsing, and that's important for our employees. We do all of that using our hybrid security approach. It helps the performance, but it also helps aspects like privacy, aspects like localization. You don't need to worry about localization when you're using our device when the protection is done on the endpoint. And of course, we have a security solution on the cloud for cases you need that. Let's talk about comprehensive. Why do we need a comprehensive security solution? Think about what you have at your home. You wouldn't put a very robust front door and then open the doors at night, open the windows at night, right? Same goes to your businesses. We see more and more campaigns, let's say phishing campaigns, that comes from different channels. So the phishing campaigns will send emails to your employee corporate email, but also to their private email. They will send SMS messages. They will use Teams, as an example, SaaS applications to reach your employees and your organization. So you need a comprehensive solution that will handle all of these tracks. DLP is another example. You need the same DLP policy across your SaaS solutions, your email, everything. And this is why you need a comprehensive solution to solve that. And this is what we are providing. Let's talk about zero trust. Zero trust is where you need collaboration, because you need to be able to implement trust-based policies. You need to collect information from the devices and implement them on your SASE solution. And this is what we are doing with our new SASE offering. I want to talk about the cloud. We talked about transformation. In the last decade, this was by far the biggest transformation. In my previous role, I was working in a very big American company, and I was responsible for the migration to the cloud of the overall cloud transformation, and I was responsible for the migration of 3,000 applications to the cloud. That was a huge challenge for me and my team. But the biggest challenge was to manage the fatigue the developers had with the endless list of security items they had to fix moving to the cloud and operating in the cloud. And this is what we are coming to solve with CloudGuard Security. We are adding prevention to the solution. So how does it work? First, we protect the front door. We have a very strong WAF solution. Our WAF solution is unique. It's unique because guess what? It's fully based on AI. We have the best threat prevention, zero-day detection results, but we also have the lowest false positive. The fact that it's based on AI means that you don't need to update signatures all the time. You don't need to have exceptions. I'll give you an example. You remember what you did in December 2022? I know I do. You remember Log4j? We were all patching servers all through Christmas. But customers that use our WAF solution were protected because our WAF solution supported Log4j from day one. And this is what it means to use AI to have 0 days protection. We also have solution for API security. And now let's look at, we talked about the front door, let's talk about the service door. How do we protect the access, the backend access to our application? This is where CloudGuard network security come to play, where we provide secure access to the application, and we also provide network segmentation. And guess what? Remember the last thing, consolidation. You can manage it all, your on-prem and cloud, from one place. And we know how many organizations are working in a hybrid mode, so this is critical. And now that we manage the front door and the service door, now we can focus on CNAP. Now we can focus on the most important items that we need to fix. So we have a end-to-end code-to-cloud approach. So imagine if we find a problem in the code that looks like high priority, but we know the infrastructure, and we know this code is not deployed on a container that is exposed to the internet, or we know we have a strong WAF solution to protect it. We can say, hey, let's focus on something that is more important, that is exposed to the internet with a high code vulnerability priority. Our approach to the cloud is dynamic. We continue to evaluate the risk in real time. So if, for example, we have an EC2 with a vulnerability, and we see suspicious login activity, we can connect the two together and say, hey, we have high risk now in real time. So as you can see, our overall approach to the cloud is holistic. We look at that from different angles in order to have prevention also on the cloud. And now, probably the most important is the Infinity Core services. This is our X factor. This is how we get collaboration. With our collaborative threat prevention using products like Threat Cloud AI, XPR, Playblocks, and then we help you to have effective security management with Infinity AI Copilot and Infinity Portal. And finally, we have our global services, our best teams that are able to help you to manage your security operation and to provide training and consulting. Why is that important? A year from now, we are going to have 3.5 million unfilled security positions. And as Gil mentioned, there is an increase in security attack, and the complexity of the security attacks are growing with complex scenarios coming from different vectors. The only way to solve that is to have collaborative security solution that will automatically prevent threats and not just detect a problem and wait that the security team will come and solve it, and by then it's too late. And to have simplicity with unified management and AI. Our approach for collaborative threat prevention has 3 layers. The first layer is Threat Cloud AI. 50 AI engines that serve each and every one of our products. Shared intelligence across all of our products. The second layer is Playblocks. That's the interconnectedness between our products. It means that no product is working in silos, because for these days, attacks is just not good enough. So one enforcement point identifies there is a problem, immediately uses Playblocks to alert all the other enforcement points. It can be an endpoint, understanding there is an attack and asking the gateway to quarantine it. It can be one gateway in one geolocation, updating other gateways in different geolocation that is going through port scanning. But these are just few examples. And then the third layer, this is where the magics come to play. This is XPR. This is where we handle the most complex attack, where one enforcement point alone can't understand that there is an attack. We talked about earlier about living off the land. Identifying attacks are much more complicated today. But if one enforcement point shares the information with XPR, and then we take together all these pieces of information and create one picture, understand there is an attack, and the reason we call it XPR is because we prevent it automatically. This is how we handle the complex attacks. And now let's talk about simplicity. So you need one unified solution to do everything, one console that can, in a way, rule them all. One way to look at logs, one place to do monitoring, one place to do hunting, one place to manage. And this is what we have with our Infinity Portal. And then, of course, AI, adding AI everywhere. This means that our Infinity AI Copilot that Gil just mentioned is not working only for quantum. You can see it on the expo today, also for endpoint and XPR. The exact same platform is used across all of our products, and it's going to use this year each and every one of our products. But to be honest, this is just the beginning. We are going to continue and invest in AI to make it even more autonomous, to really provide you the best security team member on your team. This is the story of our platform, how it's comprehensive, consolidated, and collaborative. Tomorrow, in the session here, I'll go over the roadmap and show you how all these principles come to life in our roadmap next year. You can look at your CPX app in the agenda. I'm going to bring tomorrow R&D experts to the stage, and you'll be able to ask them questions. So look at your CPX app in the agenda under the session of roadmap tomorrow. There is a link there. Use that to ask us questions that we will answer tomorrow. You can also ask questions live as we talk. We will bring the R&D people. You will be able to grill them with your most challenging questions. And now I want to invite to the stage Eyal Manor, our VP Product. Eyal will show you our new product announcement and show how everything I talked about is coming to life. Eyal, the stage is yours.
Hello. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Good morning, everybody. And hey, Vegas. And we're here to speak about new product introduction for 2024, and I'm so excited about this part, because this is what really makes me excited about all of the new solutions that you have the ability to adopt today. In 2023, we have delivered our best security solution based on an architecture that is consolidated, comprehensive, and collaborative. And we are going to keep our promise to provide the best security solutions also in 2024, based on a platform that is AI-powered and cloud-delivered. New product introduction 2024. Let's begin. Starting with threat prevention. Our goal, as we've already seen, is to protect you against the threats and against the attackers and assure that no attackers are getting into your environment. In the year of 2023, we've introduced 10 new AI-based engines to protect more threats. And one of them that makes me very excited is named brand phishing. With brand phishing, we are here to protect you from attackers impersonating to local brands. I'm not speaking about the global brands such as we've seen here earlier this morning, United Airlines and FedEx. We know how to protect against impersonation for them. I'm speaking about local brands, your local post office, your municipalities, your kids' schools. These are where attackers become more sophisticated, more reliable. And with brand phishing, we are bringing advanced, sophisticated AI capabilities to prevent these threats. How effective it is? These are the numbers. See by yourself. Only on the month of December 2023, we've saved more than 500,000, more than 500,000 identities from being compromised. They were about to give their username and password to attackers impersonating to local brands, and we stopped that. And this is not where we are stopping. Very soon, we are going to announce a new engine. We call it deep brand clustering that is taking brand spoofing into the next level. Gil was talking about 90 agents, 50 of them are AI. We're talking about 10 new engines that we added. And sometimes people are asking me, why it's so important to talk about the number of the engines? This is exactly the reason. See behind me. This is why we are coming for the second year in a row, the first winner or the number one vendor that prevents the largest numbers of threats, and most of that, and a large part of that, is contributed to the AI-based engines. 17% of the zero-day threats that we've prevented in the year of 2023 are contributed to these new engines. And this is exactly why the numbers are so impressive. Speaking about threat prevention, Natalie and Gil have been talking about the power of collaboration. Collaboration is very important, so we make sure that we are stopping the threats together. XDR and Infinity Playblocks are working side by side together. XDR that was announced earlier last year in 2023 is collecting events and logs from all of the products together, correlating the data together, and having the ability to stop multi-vector attacks. Playblocks that was just released and is bringing today more than 40 out-of-the-box playbooks that are just waiting for you to work with them, are understanding that one product have identified an alert and immediately taking a collaborative, preventative action among all of the security products within your organization to stop the attack and send the attacker back home. Together with those 40 playbooks and more than 20 integrations that we're having with Infinity XDR, we are providing to you the comprehensive solution to stop the threat. Let's hear more from Yael Cinnamon, Product Manager Lead for Infinity, to tell us more about Playblocks.
Hi, I'm Yael Cinnamon, Product Manager for Infinity. I'm excited to demonstrate Playblocks, Check Point's new automation and response platform that makes security collaborative, delivered from the cloud. Starting to work with Playblocks is very easy. Just connect your management environment to Infinity Portal and quickly activate Playblocks. The enablement of quantum enforcement is extremely easy to start getting benefit across your security products based on a broad set of ready, out-of-the-box playbooks. Let's see a real case study of Playblocks. The attacker checked for connectivity to the headquarters and now trying to exploit Log4j vulnerabilities against a web server. In this case, Quantum Gateway and IPS Blade have detected the attack and blocked it. Unfortunately, as long as the attacker can still connect to the environment, there's still access to all the organization's gateways, and there's an actual chance that eventually one of these assets will be compromised. This is where Playblocks comes into the picture. The admin immediately received a message from Playblocks on their Teams channel describing the attacker and their associated IP address that is now blocked across their entire security enforcement points. This automatic response happened immediately, without changing the policy and without policy installation. So the headquarters that was attacked, but also all the other branch offices, are now protected. The attacker has no ping and no access. This was just a taste of how Infinity Playblocks provides the fastest time for prevention and makes your security products, the analyst, and all the other operational tools work together for collaborative security.
This is amazing. And Playblocks, and Infinity Playblocks and Infinity XDR are available for everybody of you to just unlock more of the power of the platform. I'm talking about threat prevention. And the same as threat prevention is important, also the most effective security management is important for you. Natalie was talking about the scarce and lack of security positions. And I really believe that even if tomorrow morning we had the ability to fill up all of the missing security positions, 2, 3, 4 days after that, we would still feel that there is scarce, because this is how reality works. At any point of time, we believe that there is more work to be done. And I'm so excited about Infinity AI Copilot coming to help us as the best security teammates to do and help us do our work faster and better and in a more effective way. And one of the things I really love at Security Copilot is that we've built it ground up, not to each and every one of the products separately, but as a part of the platform. So Infinity Copilot can help me when I manage my network security to sustain a better security policy. And then a bit later to the XDR or to the endpoint analyst to actually investigate any security incident better. And very soon we are bringing it to each and every one of the components within the platform, and with that build a very robust, comprehensive, and complete AI assistant for everybody in the security operation area. Now, Gil has provided a demo talking about a security administrator trying to investigate a policy. I'm so excited this morning about AI Copilot that I really want to show another demonstration. In this demonstration, I'm a security admin, and I've just read about a new ransomware attack exfiltrating or exploiting a file-to-file application called Movit. I'm just opening Copilot and I'm asking Copilot, hey Copilot, am I protected against the Movit transfer attacks? Now, Copilot is socializing different skills that we've taught it. It goes to the internet to secure knowledge. It can read the post that you've made on the Checkmates platform. It looks at my policy controls, at everything, combines all of that together and tells me, yes, you're protected. You're quantum and IPS, and you have these CVEs, and you're protected. And this is the area where I'm becoming a bit more curious. And we're asking Infinity Copilot, all right, this is good. Were there any attempts to exfiltrate this attack as somebody against me? And this is very nice, because Copilot stays in context, goes to the logs, reads more, and tells me, yeah, somebody was trying to attack you, and these are the data. And this is another area that I really, really like about Copilot, because it tries to anticipate my next question. And it asks me, okay, you are interested. Would you like to be notified that the next time such CV comes in the future, and who wouldn't get this kind of a nice offer? I will take it. Infinity Copilot will trigger a playbook that will do it in the future, and again, save my day. Thank you, Copilot. You've been such a good friend for me. So speaking about security effectiveness, most of you in this room are somewhere in the journey and the road to meet the Zero Trust platform. All of you are in this journey. We know that sometimes it's very, very beneficial. Sometimes it's a bit complex and complicated, and we are asking questions how to get there faster. And we're very, very happy to see several months ago that Forrester have named Check Point as one of the Zero Trust platform leaders. And for that, we wanted to deep dive and to learn more. And we've asked the company of Myricom, you've seen Myricom a bit before, we've asked Myricom to run another assessment for Zero Trust platform. I'm very, very happy and excited to announce that this assessment is available for all of you today. Who will be better than me to talk about this platform rather than Rob Smithers, the CEO of Myricom. Rob, come on stage. Rob!
Hey, Eyal.
Hey, it's great seeing you.
Appreciate
How
the
are
warm
you?
welcome.
Thank you for coming to Vegas. Where did you come from?
It's great to be in Vegas for CPX 2024. I tell you, any excuse to get out of New Jersey in the winter, I'm there. Someplace warm.
So last week we met in New York City. Last year we met in New York City. This year we are meeting here in fantastic Las Vegas. And I'm so excited to see the assessment that you've done for Zero Trust. Maybe we start with the beginning. Everybody here is in the journey for Zero Trust. How do you see the benefits, the advantages of this journey, Rob?
And I love the journey. It's not a destination. It's a lot of work to do to get there, to keep working on it. So Zero Trust, it's not anything new. I think 15, 20 years ago, protecting your premise, firewall. You want to stop everything from coming in, only permit things that you trust. So the concept of Zero Trust isn't new. What's made it challenging now are two things that's made it super challenging now. It's no longer just protecting your perimeter and your premise equipment. You have everybody literally working from everywhere, on the plane, at home, during a convention, in the office, all accessing all these resources everywhere. So the attack surface is huge. So when you look at Zero Trust application now, huge attack surface for the enterprises because of the people and the resources. The second most challenging thing is if you look at Forrester, Gartner, we use NIST 800-207, there's 51 distinct elements to Zero Trust that you have to consider. Multiple products, multiple solutions to provide a Zero Trust platform experience. So it's complicated. Zero Trust is inherently complicated from all the things you look at, from the attack surface as well as the elements of what Zero Trust is defined as. Your benefit is if you can do that well, if you can effectively provide that security across that entire environment and provide that Zero Trust experience, you are going to cover the gaps in your organization. And that's what you want to do. You want to cover those security gaps. You want to buy a clean, effective coverage across your enterprise.
Yeah. And I'm sure that people really are taking a part of this journey and identify with that. And let's start delving into the assessment that you've run and published today. We're not revealing the results yet. That will be in a second. I see that you selected, there are like 10 playbooks or user stories that you decided to assess and compare between different vendors. Can you tell us a bit more about why these, what's important about them, what's common?
So these use cases, we actually didn't pick them, the enterprises have. These are things typically that security administrators have to do, perhaps every day. These are very important, critical tasks. And we thought no better way to put in context Zero Trust, the massive attack surface, and what does this mean? by demonstrating those use cases and how effective can we accomplish these things by applying zero trust principles. Won't go over all 10 use cases. You can download the report off the Myricom or Checkpoint site. But one of my favorites is the cross-platform ZTP. That's a clientless zero trust network access is that use case. That's amazing. Clientless zero trust network access across your entire environment was that use case. Combination of effectiveness of deploying it with overall security efficacy. A lot of the standard other ones for providing security to stop malware, malicious URLs, where users can go and can't go, those are also mixed in there. But in context of use cases we can all understand, that's something that we could present and make a clear argument for zero trust.
So you selected 10 use cases. You took 5 vendors. I want to see the results. Do you still want to see the results? Let's take a look at them. Okay. Wow. These are good results. And what we can see here, security efficacy, admin user experience. We can see Checkpoint at the top. I'm very, very impressed of that. And maybe wanted to ask you to explain a bit about the x-axis, the y-axis. What do we see here, Rob?
Well, I imagine I wouldn't be here if you weren't at the top. But putting that aside, you definitely Checkpoint earned this. It was a very challenging review, and compliments to all the vendors who participated. We're looking at 3 things. This kind of puts all the use cases together, the whole experience together. Obviously, in the upper right is where you want to be, good neighborhood to be. We're looking across the x-axis, across the bottom. The more you go over to the right, that's the overall user experience. That's the end user who has to live with the policies you've made, and oh geez, I really want to go to this website, it's important to me for my research. The end user experience as well as the administrator's experience to configure those policies across the entire platform effectively, without overlap, without conflict. So the user experience is very important. 95% of your major breaches are due to some kind of human error. 97% of all breaches could have been avoided by more effective security policies applied ubiquitously across an organization. So that user experience, let them do their job effectively, is critical. That's the bottom axis. Up on the vertical axis is the overall security efficacy. Of course, block zero-day malwares, block malicious URLs, don't go to this site, don't allow this in, all those things. But we also look at how well the solution, the Zero Trust Platform solution, could provide that security effectiveness environment. So if it's very hard to do or you're likely to make a mistake, your security efficacy is going to go down. So it's not just a measure of how well you block stuff. The last element, the third element, last element, and I'll finish, is the size of those dots. The size of those dots is important. The relative size of those dots means Zero Trust Platform completeness. And this is important, because if NIST says there's 51 elements and all these different products, you want to have a vendor that has completeness for that zero trust. So you don't have all these diverse solutions, single pane of glass. Checkpoint scores a 3 out of 4 for Zero Trust Platform completeness, tied with another vendor. Other vendors, not bad. So that completeness is going to give you a ubiquitous solution across single pane of glass and allow you to manage all that together. So again, congratulations to Checkpoint. Earned it. We're not giving it to you, so well done.
Thank you so much. This is so inspiring. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
I wish, Rob, I had the ability to spend a few moments with you and ask about more questions about Rob Groves, about the next generation firewall platform. But time's been running very, very, very fast today, this morning. And we would like to organize a few more announcements for us to make today. So thank you, Myricom, and we'll see more, Rob, on the booth. So we talked about the Infinity platform and threat prevention, and I would like to speak about Quantum, our ability to provide you a security solution for the hybrid mesh network. Earlier last year, we sat at CPX, and we've introduced R8120. We've introduced SD-WAN capabilities, autonomous IoT capabilities, 2 new security blades for threat prevention. And for so far over the past year, these have become one of the most popular with the highest quality software versions for Checkpoint. And today, I'm very happy to introduce R81 or R82, our new OS platform. So the numbers are always fixing that. And with R82, we're having today more than 50 new innovative security capabilities to power up your platform. One of my favorite ones, we call it effortless TLS inspection. We know that many of you are inspecting TLS already today. maybe not to the completeness of the power. And for some of you are still struggling with that because sometimes we don't know how to do it, how to deploy it. And with R82, we are bringing innovative, unique capabilities to do effortless TLS inspection. Speaking about ability to gradually deploy it, to fail open TLS when there is a business compatibility with one of the applications. And most important, to get predictable performance impact. So now everybody here in this room has the ability to inspect more TLS, and with that unlock more of the power of the platform and get more threat prevention. And why I'm talking about unlocking more of the platform, because this is exactly the mission and our goal for introducing Quantum Force. With Quantum Force, we've doubled the speed, the performance, the connection, the ports, the efficacy of the energy, so you can enjoy more of the AI-powered and cloud-delivered capabilities and get more threat prevention done. Just a couple of information and facts about Quantum Force. The 9000 series, the perimeter gateways, having the ability in a form factor of 1U to deliver up to 20 gigabit per second with the lowest power efficiency deliver on this kind of form factor. And on the other hand, the 29000, where we are providing capabilities for the most demanding data centers in the world, up to 63.5 gigabit per second of threat prevention. And if you stack them into a Maestro form factor, 1000 gigabit per second of threat prevention, again, with the best energy efficiency. You can see more about the quantum appliances. You can actually physically see them at the expo today. So speaking about Quantum Force, 10 new appliances, and we are not stopping with Quantum Force. We're also having our Quantum Spark, SMB appliances. And one of the reasons many MSSPs in the room here love Quantum Spark is because of your versatility. You can manage one security gateway using UI capabilities or thousands of security gateways through the Spark management portal. And today we're introducing a new OS version for Spark, bringing SD-WAN and IoT right into the local web UI management capabilities. We're not stopping here. We introduced 10 appliances for Quantum. We also want to extend our Spark family, welcoming 2 new appliances, welcome Spark 1900 and Spark 2000, extending the family to support SMBs of up to 1,000 users. So we're not announcing today 2 appliances and not 10 appliances, but 12 new appliances, and this is very exciting. Harmony, securing the workspace. And often we are asking ourselves, what is the workspace? The workspace is everything that goes around me. It's my identity, my access to the internet, my ability to access to public and to business applications. It's my endpoint, my laptop, my SaaS applications, my email, everything that goes around me. Starting, and Natalie talked about our game-changing SASE application, Harmony SASE. For some time, we were asking ourselves, what's the most important element for you, our customers, our partners, Checkpoint people? What's the most important element for our customers within SASE? So I wanted to be sure, and we asked you, and we ran this huge SASE survey. We got almost 650 results. And out of the many, many results, there were 2 very interesting insights. The top of mind for selecting SASE was, guess what? End user experience. And then we also asked you, what's the top required security features? And you said, threat prevention. So on one side, best end user experience. On the other side, best threat prevention. And guess what? This is hard combination to achieve. So we need to think outside of the box, and for that we are changing the game with Harmony SASE. With that, this is what everybody does. So here's the user on the left, the internet on the right. In the middle, we are having the gateway in the cloud. We are providing the best security, but user experience can be not awesome. What we've done is that we're having that, but we also leveraged all of the excellent security capabilities that we are having on the cloud and embedded them right on the device. And with that, we are providing the best level of threat prevention with 2x best internet security. Now, while Harmony SASE is here, I'm very, very happy to introduce a new solution, Harmony SaaS. One of my key concerns when talking about SaaS applications is think about all of those APIs and services that are connecting to my platforms, to my Office 365, to my GitHub, to my Salesforce. Practically, I don't really know what privileges do they have, what data they're accessing, where are they storing that, is that safe or not? And for that, I'm very, very happy to introduce today the availability, literally today, the availability of a new solution, one of its kind, Harmony SaaS. And let's hear more about it from product manager of Harmony SaaS, Aner.
Hello, my name is Aner Gelman, Checkpoint's product manager for SaaS security. And today I'm excited to introduce Harmony SaaS, an innovative product aimed at securing your SaaS ecosystem, delivered from the cloud. Do you know how many SaaS services and apps are used in your organization? Think about your top SaaS platforms, such as Microsoft 365, GitHub, and others. There are thousands of other SaaS services that connect to those platforms with permissions to read and even modify sensitive data. We are here to help you with visibility, fixing security gaps, and preventing threats in real time. Let's look at an average organization. Within minutes of deployment, we see almost 2,000 SaaS services in use. We also provide depth by showing you what each service is about, its risk, its security overview, who in the organization uses it, and much more. But visibility alone isn't enough. Harmony SaaS empowers you to actively reduce risk. Here, we can see a list of insights regarding risk in your ecosystem. Let's see an example of over-permissive apps in Microsoft 365. This insight informs us that there are SaaS apps in your ecosystem that have excessive permissions to Microsoft 365 and recommends to remove them. Here is SlidesGen, a generative AI tool that has over-permissive access. We clearly see that this tool has access to all files in OneDrive, not just the presentations you're using SlidesGen for. What about threat prevention? This is where we shine. Our continuous monitoring identifies anomalous SaaS behavior. Upon detecting it, it will instantly and autonomously revoke associated API tokens for immediate containment. In this alert, we identified that a Microsoft 365 API token of Email Marketer, an email marketing tool, has tried to access email messages outside of its expected behavior. Harmony SaaS immediately blocked this token, preventing any further harm. That's it. Stop living in SaaS security fear. Harmony SaaS gives you the visibility, control, and protection you need. Take the first steps toward a secure SaaS future.
Thank you, Aner. And Harmony SaaS is, as I said, available today, and you can look more to the expo. From Harmony, we will finalize with CloudGuard. From code to cloud, CloudGuard provides today the most comprehensive solution for the cloud. And I will talk here about 2 points today before we are finalizing this session about the new product introduction. Speaking about the cloud front door, web application firewall. Your challenge many times is to protect your web applications and API. With CloudGuard Web Application Firewall, we are providing today a signature-less, 100% AI-based security capabilities that drive the best level of security to cloud. And today, introducing CloudGuard WAF as a service. So you have the ability to deploy web application firewall into your deployment on the production within just several moments. What about Cloud Native Application Protection Platform, CNAPP? One of the things that makes or breaks a good CNAPP solution is the alert fatigue. One of the top focus areas that we are putting and announcing and enhancing is the ability to provide you effective risk management. At any point of time, and recently we have enriched the ability to provide more context about the assets, whether they are vulnerable, exposed to the internet, what label of data sensitivity are on top of them, and with that provide you a more effective risk management to manage your cloud-native application protection platform. So that's it. You deserve the best security, and we are providing to you on top of an application on a platform that is AI-powered and cloud-delivered. Spend a second and take a look at the number of announcements that you've just made over the past 25 minutes. This is a huge number of new products around each and every one of our pillars and the platform. And guess what? This is only the beginning of the year. I really want to encourage you to take the rest of the day today and tomorrow to engage and learn, meet the R&D experts, beat Natalie's experts tomorrow morning, go to the expos, go to the meetings, see how the roadmap, and maybe more important, think about what you are going to do on Monday, next week, in the morning, when you are coming to the office. What are the next activities you can make in order to improve your posture and prevent more threats? Thank you very much. It's been an honor to see you this morning. And calling back Gil on stage to summarize. Gil, thank you.
So thank you very much, Eyal. And what I want to do is maybe just to summarize what we've seen this morning. So first I want to thank Rupal, Denin, Jean for giving us kind of the context of what should be on our mind and what we should strive for when we deliver the best security. I hope that what we've shown here is that we're not just working on that, but we are proving that we can deliver on all of that. And just to a quick recap, I think we do need the platform to defend about what's coming. This platform has to be very comprehensive. It is AI-powered, it is cloud-delivered, and most important is the collaboration. All these elements have to work together in order to generate the right result, and the right result is the best security. And here I'd like to thank both Eyal, who's driving a lot of our product innovation, Natalie, all the people in our R&D organization that are doing that. But and by the way, you'll see them, and I encourage you to meet the R&D people on the expo here, to go to all the sessions. But I think one of the things we're trying to create in collaboration is not just the collaboration of the technology, but the collaboration with you guys and our R&D people, and you can see them not just in the presentation, but on the expo, on the round tables. We are welcoming your feedback firsthand to the leaders of our R&D organization. But last and not least is how we take all of that and deliver the best security. And once again, thanks for Rob for sharing and doing these tests that are very, very comprehensive in analyzing security. And I think that's the bottom line, the summary. Checkpoint 24, we are the platform company. We are delivering the only platform that actually truly works together, AI-powered cloud deliver, when all this collaboration is for one thing, delivering the best security. And that's what I want us to remember. So thank you very much. And one more thing before I move to the last one is this is what I did behind stage when I was waiting. This is how we should manage CPX next year, delivering our innovation. So guys, to our CPX team, this is what we should do. Actually, maybe we'll do a competition throughout the year and see if it's the best thing we can imagine in CPX 2025. Thank you very much.